respectfully request the City Council's confirmation of my appointment of Daniel LuRue to the Hillsdale Community Library Board. Mr. LuRue is a lifelong Hillsdale resident who was born and raised here and is now raising his family in our community. He has 2 kids who use the Hillsdale Community Library, so he has direct personal stake in the library's continuous success and service to local families. Professionally, Mr. LuRue brings significant experience in public and non-profit governance. He has served on multiple boards, including the Reading Emergency Unit Board, the Hillsdale Community School Board, and the City of Hillsdale Zoning Board of Appeals, where he has demonstrated sound judgment and a strong commitment to public service. Importantly, Mr. LuRue also brings financial expertise to the library board, has previously identified as a need. He holds a business administration degree and currently serves as the finance director for the Hillsdale Community Senior Service Center. I firmly believe Mr. LuRue's lifelong ties to the City of Hillsdale, combined with his professional background, will help ensure the library board remains closely connected to the community it serves and in a strong financial position, so that it will continue to be a resource that brings all Hillsdale residents for years to come. I did receive 2 emails in approval of Mr. LuRue, and I did not receive any opposing. I also did receive from the past person that was on the Hillsdale Library Board this afternoon that he wanted to be considered, but I have already made the request for the appointment. So, Councilman Bentley.
I think we all received at least 4 that questioned this appointment. So I don't know how we missed those today, I guess.
I didn't read them.
There were 4 negative emails at least that I saw. I wonder, you ran against negativity. Are you doing this intentionally to reignite the firestorm around the library? Because that has quieted down. And I don't know the gentleman, but I understand that he's a polarizing figure. So I wonder why you decided to do this. And I guess before you answer, I will also point out that or ask you, it sounds like you did not tell Mr. Keir that he was not being reappointed.
I emailed him back and said that I'd already asked for the appointment.
But he found out through other channels.
Well, that was this afternoon I received that, so.
Well, I mean, the courtesy thing would be to give him a heads up and say the services are no longer needed for whatever reason, which I can't imagine, except that I do remember very clearly that you accused him, as far as I know, without any evidence, of being involved in a dreaded, scary Hillsdale County review that seems to live in everyone's head around here. And I think you owe an apology for that, and now you've added injury to insult. I've always understood that the job we're trying to do when Mayor Protem was the mayor, to encourage citizens to get involved in these various boards and committees. And you've treated Mr. Hamilton and now Mr. Keir, as far as I can tell, abominably. So, and to what end? So we can be the one voice in a 5-person board to reignite the culture wars? I just think it's a terrible pick on your part, and I will be voting no.
Okay. Yes. Mayor Protem Paladino.
Thank you, Mayor Sessions. Yes, I will also be voting no. Actually, similar reasons why some people up here voted no, though these are of minor importance, but it ran against negativity, talking about turning down the temperature. This guy is reposting stuff that calls me dangerous, fascist, a threat to our community. I don't want to serve next to him. Okay, that's a minor point though. The main thing is I don't trust his judgment. Vulgar Facebook posts repeatedly that shows that I don't want this person to have authority over the library. And he's a nice guy. We've actually chatted several times. We'll probably chat again after this, and I'll tell him you're a nice guy. I'd love to get a beer with you. Don't want you in a position of authority. Right? This is a 70%, nearly 70% Republican city. Those things are heuristics. They're tests. And your first appointment to the library board is the former chairman of the Democratic Party. It's just, and then combining that with Hamilton, I mean, you kick off a business owner, a property taxpayer, someone who has what, 9 children, 6 or 7 he adopted, for someone who doesn't live in the city, doesn't own a downtown business. You say your primary concern is to make it legal for people who don't live in the city to serve on boards. I mean, what are we doing here? I hope Mr. Hamilton runs for mayor.
Councilman Flynn.
I would just like to state that Mayor Protem Paladino a couple of months ago and the librarian, the last time she was here, requested that we try to find somebody with a financial background to be on the library board. It seems you have done that. So I think that with that said, Dan would fit that.
Thank you. Councilman Bentley.
To address Councilman Flynn's, our Mayor Pro Tem often just speaks his mind off the cuff. I can't imagine what finance expertise is needed on the library board. So that's.
Well, it wasn't just him, it was the librarian herself as well, so she should know what she needs.
Okay. There's a quote from you during the election, Mr. Mayor.
Oh my God.
From the Hillsdale interview you did. Sessions said that he would nominate the quote best and most qualified candidates for library board positions and would consider letting the Operations and Governance Standing Committee make a recommendation to the council. According to Sessions, quote, adult books and all that should not be in the children's section. He added that LGBT materials are, quote, more of an adult issue. And the person, if I understand correctly, I don't know this gentleman, I believe he's loudly and publicly on the other side of that issue. So again, it begs the question of your judgment and why you've done this. And I would, it's not just a rhetorical question, I would like you to defend this choice if you.
I did it because financially, he's very qualified financially, and that's what we need as a library. And that was my basis. Also, he was a member of the school. He's a member of the school board. That's what I based this appointment on. And actually, at this time, I'd like to ask Mr. LuRue to come to the podium and speak.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Yep. Is there any questions, Mr. LuRue? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, not a problem. I'm currently also the sitting chair of the ZBA. We've been meeting together recently, yes. I felt the meeting went very well, very professional too. I like to just say thank you for the consideration. I do have a finance background, which I believe was asked for previously. So here I am, willing to do it.
Could you take a quick second then and explain or let us know what you'd like to see over the next couple of years at our library?
Yeah, I like to see our library grow, hopefully. I know there's grants and things out there for help that we could work on and possibly get. As far as adult books in the children's section, no, I don't believe adult books belong in the children's section. I do believe, though, that you can't just draw a hard line when it comes to LGBTQ books. I do believe, if it's a book, I think it's called Bathe the Cat. It's 2 fathers that are married, and they have a cat with their son, and they give the cat a bath. I believe that was a book that was mentioned to be removed at one point. I don't think it was, but that one belongs in the children's section, so.
Councilman Bentley.
What's the name of that book again, please?
Bathe the Cat?
Bathe the Cat?
Yes, I believe.
Yep.
Ouch, and that sounds like it's for 4 or 5 years old. That's not my issue. Forgive me for not remembering that we served together. Again, my issue isn't with your being on the other side of the culture war, which you clearly are, and openly. My issue is with the judgment of the mayor and how he ran for election and seems to be governing against what he was elected on. So, thank you.
No problem.
City Manager.
I just wanted to make clear that Mr. LuRue had his application in for the council committee appointment for the library board for multiple cycles. And when that vacancy came up, he had requested through the city clerk for it to be reconsidered. As the mayor had indicated, the current candidate had not reached the person who's going off the board, did not reach out to either him or I in regards to the appointment. Mayor, given Dan had been recommended in the past and had expressed interest, felt that he would be, that he would be appropriate to move forward. So,
Thank you. No, it's a very political and sensitive topic, and it is the mayor's prerogative to appoint whomever he wants. And I think Mayor Protem did not appoint him. Was that for this library position? So, fair enough. Elections have consequences. Again, I'm just pointing out, this is not how Mayor Sessions ran, and he owes an apology for his original smear against Mr. Keir back in whatever it was, the summertime. And now we have a pattern with Mr. Hamilton and Mr. Keir of citizens being treated with disrespect.
Councilman Mayor Pro Tem Paladino.
Thank you, Mayor Sessions. On Mr. Mackey's point there, I have trouble with that. I mean, first of all, the presumption during my entire time on council has been that renomination and reappointment is automatic, except for occasional, rotation, or someone says they don't want to. When someone is a member of the city in very high standing, that should be it should just be automatic. Second point is, I reached out to all of the candidates whose terms were expiring and said, do you want to be reappointed? Or they reached out to me, or I just knew, yeah, this person's, they're really into it, it's no-brainer reappointment. You should not be waiting on, these people are serving unpaid. They forget about their job for, 29 days a month for the most part, except for a few hours when they're getting ready. We need to be proactively saying, thank you for serving. Are you interested in continuing to serve? Or proactively saying, I'm not going to reappoint you because I want a Democrat on the board, which is that's your prerogative. But just sort of letting people go willy-nilly, the Hamilton thing is that's grinding my gears. Thank you.
Councilman Flynn.
Just curious, how long will this appointment be for?
5 years.
5 years? Okay, thank you. I would make a motion then to approve, yeah, okay. I'd like to make a motion then that we approve Daniel LuRue to the library board.
Okay, is there a second?
Okay, I have a motion or a second by Councilman Wolfram. Any more council discussion? Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Yes.
Councilman Soha, I'd just like to remind council that Mayor Stockford brought Mr. LuRue up and it was soundly defeated a few years ago.
All right, any more council discussion? Seeing none, may I have a roll call vote, City Clerk Price?
Yes. Councilperson Wolfram?
Yes.
Mayor Sessions?
Yes.
Councilperson Bentley?
No.
Flynn?
Yes.
Morrissey?
No.
Paladino?
No.
Soha?
No.
Stuchel?
No.
So 4-4 fails.
Okay, thank you very much.